You got a pretty busy week next week, don't you?
For sure, man. I got a lot of teammates on the naughty list. Got some on the nice list. So definitely a busy week.
Have you checked the forecast at all? How's it looking for Christmas?
Yeah. So on Christmas, I checked the forecast. It's not going to be snow.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of did that just because I feel like the guys have been doing a great job on the field. So I was like, you know what, no snow for Christmas this year. Yeah.
Appreciate you for that.
Always, yeah.
Are you delivering a playoff berth this week?
That's the goal. Yeah, that's a couple of my teammates asked for Christmas to go 1-0 this week, so that's the goal.
You have some other work on Christmas Eve. So the Texans and knowing what's going on there at quarterback, CJ or Case, like your thoughts on that situation, and obviously Case Keenum being familiar to this team.
Yeah, just starting with CJ. I mean, unbelievable. He's not just the best rookie quarterback; he's one of the best quarterbacks already in his early NFL career. Obviously, wishing and praying for him. Hopefully, concussions are a big deal, so hopefully he gets back out there because would love to compete against him. But I've been with Case as well out here, and Case is an unbelievable talent as well. He gets tagged as a backup quarterback, but I feel like he can start for a lot of franchises as well. Just how smart and reliable he is as a quarterback as well.
Greg, if they get Nico Collins back for this game, how does that affect your job?
I wouldn't say it really affects our job really any much different. We kind of just each week, obviously, it's talented receivers all across the board in the NFL, but we just kind of just try to focus on ourselves. But obviously, getting him back will help their offense a lot. Being a big body guy, I think he's top in the NFL and broken tackle, so definitely a viable threat for us.
Greg, I know you quote tweeted that next gen stats thing. Do you feel like the secondary is starting to get the recognition you think it deserves?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think we still are getting the respect that we deserve. But at the end of the day, we just got to keep on performing, and eventually, we will get the respect we deserve. But we just focusing on ourselves. Obviously, seeing things like that means we're doing the right things. We're heading in the right direction.
I mean, why do you think that is?
Maybe because just the market. Cleveland is a blue collar. It's not the biggest city. So things like that. But at the end of the day, we continue to work. Whether we get recognized or not, we get recognized by our teammates and our coaches. So that's all the praise we need.
Greg, how many Pro Bowlers do you think you have there in the back end this year?
In the back end alone, our whole entire starting group. I think we should be Pro Bowlers. I mean, if you see the amount of man we play compared to other teams, the ability to shut down receivers, the ability to fight adversity with just new people come in all the time. I don't see why we shouldn't have the whole starting secondary as Pro Bowls, including the linebackers and D-line. Honestly, I feel like the Pro Bowl defense should be the Cleveland Browns defense.
Greg, you guys play your best defense here at home. Two of your final threes on the road. If you're able to make the postseason, most likely you're going to play on the road. So what do you guys have to do here down the stretch to tighten it up on that side of the ball so that you play just as well away from home as you do at home?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just starts with just preparing like we do each week. And, we've had the lead, I think, in every single away game, and we kind of gave it up. So just staying consistent, not making any mistakes, trying to bring the energy because our crowd is so big for us. But just trying to stay consistent, really, I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Is there a story behind the Santa Claus outfit?
Yeah, so we talked about it last week, trying to start something. It's going to be called Some News with Newsome. So we're going to try to do something each week. And, this is just the first week of it.
What makes David Njoku such a great teammate?
Man, just hearing this story, I was here for a long time, just seeing, like, the growth as a player, willing to do anything, block. Coach said it before last game, was like, we're going to run duo the first play of the game, which they did, and then you're going to be up front to block right away. We're not going to put in big personnel. We're going to use you. So just seeing the faith that we have in him and just everything we have for him is just amazing. He's evolved as one of the best tight ends in the league, playing like the best tight end in the league right now. So he's been doing amazing.
D'Anthony and Ronnie to step in the way they did, it seemed like aggressiveness-wise and production-wise, they didn't skip a beat from if it was Grant and Juan out there. So what did you see from them, and what does that say about them and the work they've done to prepare themselves even when they weren't getting those starter snaps?
Yeah, I seen them play with no fear. We say it all the time: no handcuffs, no seatbelts. And what we mean by that is just just the ability to just play fast. And everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect, but just trusting yourself and playing fast. And a lot of credit to those vets in their room too, like Grant and Juan and Rodney, who's not playing right now. Just their ability to stay locked in and to help out guys like those guys, and you can see it on the field. They're playing loose.
Well, you talked after the game how much trust you have in all the corners, and that's why you're rotating guys. What's allowed Cam to be successful as he has been as a rookie, even missing time on IR?
Yeah, I mean, first, we're not going to take credit for anything. It's credit to, the guys upstairs for getting them first, and then obviously him just being a pro right away. I think it helps when you have a more of a veteran group. We're all young, but we played a lot of football, and just us talking to them and how we prepare for games and things like that. But going to a school like Northwestern, they prepare us to be pros right away, and I think he's done a great job just in whatever role that he's had, just the ability to come in and make an impact for us.
Good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Santa.
Yep, of course.
So, for starters, Anthony, can you just tell us what happened to you in practice last week, and how are you feeling now?
Yeah, just a little tweak, as Kevin said. I'm good, though. I'll be good. I'll be okay.
How close did you come on Sunday? We saw you out there early.
Yeah,
Giving a shot.
not close enough. I didn't play, so.
When we talked to Kevin on Monday, he kind of climbed up on a soapbox, and he talked a lot about Miles and how he feels that Miles is the NFL Defensive Player of the Year, even though he hasn't been getting the sacks lately, been getting held a ton. Just wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, we all know what Miles is in this building. To our team, obviously, I feel like he's the most dominant player in the NFL. You got to account for him on every play, and teams have done that. He still wrecks the game, just by taking all the attention away from the other guys, and other guys have been able to step up and make plays. So, when you have that type of player like Miles, it makes the game a lot easier for everyone else.
What do you guys have to do to play better on the road?
Win.
But I mean, you play so well at home.
Yeah.
What happens?
No, you just gotta go back to the fundamentals and details. You don't have that same energy that the people bring at Cleveland Brown Stadium. So you gotta go against the road, and you gotta take that road warriors mindset, where it's all of us in this building versus however many people in the stands plus the team, and we gotta take that mindset on the road and travel. And defensively, we've been talking about it for a while, but we gotta pack our defense on the road.
Back to Miles for a second. What does it say about him that despite the frustration, despite seemingly being ignored on holding calls, that he's still giving that kind of effort play after play?
Yeah, I expect nothing less from him. That's the player that he is. That's the person that he is. He's going to go 110 miles per hour every time. And whether they make the call or don't make it, I feel bad for the player that lines up against him after he doesn't get the call. It's like he goes even harder. So,
Anthony, with the Stroud, they're very vertical. With Keenum, they're not. So how does that affect the linebackers?
We still got to be clean in our drops, clean in our zones and mans and eyes. Discipline. Case, we all know Case. Did a great job for us here. Has always done a great job in the NFL as a quarterback. So he's going to test us. Obviously, he's going to make throws. He's going to get them in the right sets at all times. Make the picture clean for him. So we got to make it, dirty for him, and that's our job as linebackers to kind of control the middle of the field. I think that's one consistent, thing that they do is, attack the middle of the field no matter who's at quarterback.
Anthony, Kevin made a big deal about what a good teammate David is, Njoku. First of all, I guess, do you agree? And if so, what makes him such a good
Yeah, I've been calling him that every day since Kevin said that. Nah, man, you talk about a selfless person. A guy that just wants the best for his teammates, willing to go, burn himself and then go play in the game. I had to say emphasis on burn himself because that was a self-inflicted injury. So for him to go do that and just play through everything, play through all the injuries. And, it hasn't always been pretty for him. When I first got here, I met him a while ago, him playing at Miami, but It wasn't always pretty for him in the NFL, and especially being in this building. So for him to, grow, learn, become that leader, become that teammate that Kevin talks about, takes a lot of maturity for him, and the growth that I'm pretty sure that's what Kevin was alluding to, the growth that he's shown over the last few years as well.
I mean, I know you haven't been here for all of his journey, right? But even in the 3 years you have been, have you seen, or what ways have you seen him kind of continue to mature and develop?
Yeah, I think it's less about. That's so funny. I think it's less about him and more about the team. Obviously, when you're young and you're a first round pick, you want to make every play. You want, to become that player that you were drafted to be. And I think when you're forcing it or whatever it is, and you're not getting the results, it's kind of hard to go through those ups and downs. And just the maturity that he's shown since then, obviously, whether he gets the ball, whether he's blocking, whatever his job is asked to do, he does it at a very high level.
Can taking that energy that you talked about on the road, can that maybe become a little easier when you're in December and playing meaningful football?
Yeah, we understand that these are huge pivotal games. When you play in December, when you play in January with a shot to go to the playoffs and put yourself in the tournament, the awareness has to go up, and the energy, like you said, has to go up. So I think that takes care of it by itself, like you said.
Lefty from Houston team a year ago. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. Very well coached, very fundamentally sound. Obviously, CJ being that quarterback, Case another veteran, defense flying around. Yeah, they're good. They're a really good team.
The wild card being so close and Houston kind of having their backs against the wall. How much does that kind of add an extra layer to this?
For them, obviously, and us too, we're fighting for our lives, playoff lives, for real. We want to get in. We want to put ourselves in the best position. They want to do the same thing as well. They're, tied for their division lead. Anytime you put yourself in that position, you've played good football, and you want to keep playing good football. And, at this point of the season, it's, one game playoff season.
How much do you guys have to lock in to go on the road, play in Houston, turn around, come right back home, and then play again on Thursday night so quickly?
Yeah, we're only worried about Sunday right now. We're worried about whoever we play, whenever we play after that. But we got a big one this week, a really big game this week on Sunday, and that's where our focus is at right now.
I know it's still 1-0, but has the focus shifted to the fact that the playoffs are so close for you guys?
Obviously you're human. You want to be in the playoffs, and you find yourself in good position. And everybody here has social media and all that stuff, so we see everything. But that's when you got to narrow your focus to the one-game season and one game at a time. And every game matters. We understand that. We put ourselves in that position to make it where every game matters and where you play meaningful football in December and January.
So no longer we watching Bengals and Steelers on the plane ride down to Houston.
I didn't say that now. We gonna watch football for sure. It's on TV. But like I said, we got a big game to focus on ourselves.
I think I've asked you about.
I didn't know that was coming up.
Yeah, I think I've asked you about Joe Flacco every week, but he was signed a month ago today. Does it still seem a little weird that he's the quarterback here? And how impressed have you been by what he's been able to accomplish in a month?
Yeah, it doesn't feel surreal anymore. I'm tired of seeing him actually now. He's a great leader for us, great veteran presence at that quarterback position. Truly unique, right? Played in the division, as a rival for a long time, and then coming in here. I would have did the same thing. He's like kind of undefeated in Cleveland, so I would have did the exact same thing. But we're happy to have him. He, like I said, that steady hand that we needed at that quarterback position, and he's doing a great job for us.
Anthony, you guys have, I think 6 of your wins have come against winning teams in the league, and you've beaten some of the top seeds, or the current top seeds in that. How much do you feel that experience has set you up for not only these next 3 weeks, but what could potentially come after these 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think winning, period, breeds confidence. Anytime you're able to win, and whoever you play, winning in the NFL is very, very hard. We saw that on Sunday. It's very hard. No matter what the records are, there are no bad football teams in the NFL. So anytime you're able to win and stack wins, it's huge for your team. And we've been able to do that. So, hopefully that leads into more. And like you said, when we get to that, next phase, it does something for us.
Did you know Shelby before he got here?
No, I didn't.
What does he kind kind of shown you or impressed you? How has he impressed you?
Yeah, his celebrations are very, very old school. So to see him do that is really awesome. But yeah, man, just another veteran presence. You can never, take away good veterans out of the locker room. I think that's huge for us. He's shown the young guys how to play the game the right way, how to study the right way, how to prepare the right way, and you can never take that for granted. And yeah, he's the guy that goes out every Sunday and makes plays. He's been doing it for a very long time, and it's nothing new for him.
Anthony, how good has this secondary been this season?
Yeah, lights out. Those guys are the tip of the spear. They're the backbone of our team. Especially on defense. We ask a lot of those guys, to play a lot of man coverage and go against the best athletes. Probably outside of DBs in the NFL, that receivers. Guys running at them full speed straight ahead, and they got to make plays. And we ask them to do a lot, and they rise to the challenge every week.
Do you think people are starting to respect kind of how good they are, or are they still kind of trying to earn that a little bit?
Yeah, I think they all play with a chip on their shoulder. They all want to be labeled as the number one in the NFL. So I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, they always want to play with that chip on their shoulder. All good. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.